Members of Parliament remain divided on whether the Senate, the women representative seat, as well as nominated members of county assembly slots should be scrapped as proposed by Gatundu MP Moses Kuria in his Punguza Mzigo referendum initiative. Senate Deputy Speaker Kembi Gitura says disbanding the Senate will mean going back to a centralized form of government and that curbing corruption remains the viable solution.
If you disband Senate, then you can also start saying bye-bye to devolution, because the county assemblies then will have nothing to do, and the county governments must also go, and we must then go back to the system that we had prior to the new constitution, where we had the national government in all parts of this country running the show. What, in my view, we should be discussing, what Moses Kuria should be discussing, is how we can curb the pilferage, the leakages, and the amount of corruption in the counties.
Rarienda MP Nicholas Gumbo, however, disagrees with his point of view, maintaining that Kenyans are overrepresented and some slots should be scrapped.
About the Senate, I'm not too sure. All I know is that as it is, the country can do without it. If we are to retain the Senate, then let us give it more relevance. Because other than the county allocation of revenue, you ask yourself, what cannot happen in this country if the Senate is not there?
Gumbo says Code Coalition would welcome like-minded individuals in its push for a referendum, saying Kuria's proposal is timely.
The best one is where people can come together and say, look, this is what you're proposing, this is what I'm proposing. Can we meet in the middle? You can't, for instance, hold 3 referendums in a country.
Kembi seems to agree with the now defunct Commission for the Implementation of the Constitution on reducing the number of MPs, saying the National Assembly as a legislative body does not require the current number of MPs.
Membership of the National Assembly doesn't have to be as high as it is currently if we agree that its sole role is legislation and oversight over the national government, and of course doing those other things the National Assembly is mandated to do under the Constitution.
The Murang'a senator says there are no personal differences between him and Murang'a Governor Mwangi wa Iria, but stress that accountability is not a choice.
There is no point of name calling or insulting. I've been insulted a lot on this issue. I've been called names, but I want to repeat that no amount of name calling, no amount of insults is going to change the track I've chosen, and that will be a track of asking questions, however hard they may be, however uncomfortable they may make people. But those questions that I've asked, whether it is today, tomorrow, the day after, they'll be answered.
The Punguza Mzigo initiative also proposes the reduction of counties from 47 to 17.